In the late Roman Republic, two brothers set out to solve a crisis. They wanted to help Rome's poor, strengthen its army, and restore balance to a society crumbling under inequality. Their names were Tiberius and Gaius Gracchus. But instead of reform, their story ends in bloodshed. And with their deaths, Rome crossed a line it could never uncross: the normalization of political violence. By the 2nd century BCE, Rome had conquered vast territories. But at home, wealth flowed into the hands of the elite, while ordinary citizens, the backbone of the army, were being pushed off their land. This created a dangerous problem: fewer farmers meant fewer soldiers, and a swelling mass of urban poor had little stake in Rome's future. Around 133 BCE, Tiberius Gracchus, a tribune of the people, proposed a bold solution. He sought to redistribute public land, breaking up the massive estates of the rich and giving small plots back to poor citizens. To some, this was justice. To others, it was theft. The Senate resisted. Tiberius bypassed tradition, appealing directly to the people. This broke Rome's political norms, and frightened the aristocracy. At the end of his term in office, Tiberius attempted to run for re-election. While not illegal, this attempt at a consecutive term also went against tradition in the Republic. This angered his political enemies. At the assembly for this election, chaos erupted. A mob of senators and their supporters attacked. Tiberius was beaten to death, along with hundreds of his followers. For the first time in centuries, Roman politicians killed a rival in public office. A decade later, his younger brother Gaius Gracchus took up the cause. More radical than Tiberius, he expanded land reforms, offered grain subsidies, and even extended citizenship rights to Italian allies. But his reforms again enraged the Senate. In 121 BCE, when tensions boiled over at another assembly, the Senate declared a senatus consultum ultimum, a decree allowing them to use force against a citizen, essentially martial law. In the fighting that followed, Gaius is believed to have taken his own life. Thousands of his supporters were slaughtered. The Gracchi brothers were gone, but the precedent was set. Violence had become a political weapon in Rome. After their deaths, bloodshed only escalated. Marius and Sulla, Pompey and Caesar, Antony and Octavian, all would use violence to secure power. The Republic, once ruled by law and debate, slid toward dictatorship and civil war. The story of the Gracchi is not just about land reform. It is about what happens when politics ceases to be a contest of ideas, and becomes a battle fought with fists and blades. Rome learned too late that once political violence begins, it is nearly impossible to stop. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Hobby Historian, signing off.